What if I told you that your entire life could begin to transform in just 21 days? Not because of luck, not because of money, not because someone saved you, but because you decided to change the way you think. Every result you are getting right now, your confidence, your stress level, your happiness, your success, is a reflection of your thinking patterns. Your thoughts are not small things. They are powerful. They are shaping your reality every single day. If you constantly think, "I'm not good enough," your actions will shrink. If you constantly think, "What if I fail?" you won't even try. If you constantly think negative thoughts, your body feels stress, anxiety, fear. But here is the truth most people never realize. Your mind can be trained. Your brain can be rewired. And 21 days is enough time to begin that transformation. Why 21 days? Because repetition creates belief. Belief creates behavior. Behavior creates results. When you expose your mind to the same empowering message daily, when you listen intentionally, when you speak positive affirmations, when you interrupt negative thinking, something powerful starts happening inside you. At first, you don't notice much. Maybe just a little calmness. Maybe a little less overthinking. But internally, new neural pathways are forming. You see, your subconscious mind does not argue. It accepts what you repeatedly tell it. If you feed it fear for years, it becomes anxious. If you feed it self-doubt, it becomes insecure. But if you feed it confidence, strength, clarity, it begins to believe that too. And once your subconscious believes something, your behavior follows automatically. Imagine waking up without that heavy cloud of negative thoughts. Imagine handling problems without emotional breakdown. Imagine speaking with confidence instead of hesitation. This is not magic. This is mental conditioning. For 21 days, you commit. No skipping. No excuses. Even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it, because transformation does not happen when you feel motivated. It happens when you stay consistent. Most people quit after 3 days. Some quit after a week. Very few continue long enough to experience the shift. And the shift is real. Somewhere between day 10 and day 18, something changes. You start catching your negative thoughts faster. You start responding instead of reacting. You start believing in possibilities instead of expecting failure. Your inner voice begins to sound different. Instead of saying, "I can't," it says, "Let me try." Instead of saying, "What if it goes wrong?" it says, "What if it works?" And that small shift in language creates a massive shift in life. Because your words create emotion. Your emotions create energy. Your energy influences your decisions. And your decisions determine your future. Right now, many of you are trapped, not because of your circumstances, but because of your thought patterns. You are replaying old fears, old failures, old criticism. You are living in mental loops. But here is the empowering truth. You are not your past thoughts. You are not your anxiety. You are not your overthinking. Those are habits. And habits can be replaced. In these 21 days, you are not trying to become a different person overnight. You are simply installing a new mental operating system. One thought at a time. One repetition at a time. You are building mental discipline. And mental discipline is power. When you control your mind, you control your reactions. When you control your reactions, you control your outcomes. Think about the strongest people you know. They are not strong because life was easy. They are strong because they trained their minds to stay steady during storms. This is your training. Every single day you listen, you are reminding your brain, "I am calm. I am capable. I am growing. I am in control." And at first, it feels unnatural because your brain is used to negativity. But with repetition, the new voice becomes familiar. And once it becomes familiar, It becomes dominant. Your mind begins to filter opportunities instead of threats. It begins to look for solutions instead of problems. It begins to expect success instead of failure. And when expectation changes, behavior changes automatically. That is why this 21-day journey is not about motivation. It is about identity. You are not just trying to think positive. You are becoming someone who naturally thinks empowering thoughts. And when your identity changes, your standards rise. Your boundaries become stronger. Your confidence grows quietly but powerfully. You walk differently. You speak differently. You decide differently. Because deep inside, your thinking has changed. And when thinking changes, life follows. Because life always follows the direction of your most dominant thoughts. Most people wait for their life to change before they change their thinking. But the truth is, life changes after your thinking changes. That is why these 21 days matter so much. Every single day you listen, you are interrupting years of negative programming, years of fear, years of doubt, years of hearing, "You're not enough," from people, from situations, from failures. And now, finally, you are taking control of the conversation inside your head. Let me tell you something powerful. Your mind is always listening. Even when you joke about yourself. Even when you say, "I'm tired of life." Even when you say, "This is just how I am." Your subconscious mind takes it seriously. So during these 21 days, you must become careful with your inner dialogue. You must speak to yourself like someone you care about, like someone you are responsible for becoming. Because self-talk is not just talk. It is instruction. And whatever you instruct your mind to believe, it will work hard to prove true. That is why repetition is non-negotiable. Some days you will feel inspired. Some days you will feel nothing. Some days your mind will resist. And that resistance is a good sign. Resistance means the old programming is being challenged. When your mind says, "This is useless," that is the old habit fighting for survival. Do not argue with it. Do not analyze it. Just keep listening. Consistency is stronger than motivation. You don't need to believe every word right now. You just need to show up. Because belief comes after repetition. At first, you listen consciously. Then your subconscious begins to listen. Then your behavior begins to shift. And one day, without realizing it, you respond differently to stress. You pause instead of panicking. You breathe instead of exploding. You think instead of overthinking. That is growth. And growth is quiet. People won't notice it immediately. But you will feel it. You will feel more grounded, more present, more in control of your emotions. And that emotional control is not weakness. It is strength. Because a person who can control their emotions cannot be controlled by circumstances. Think about how much energy you've wasted on worrying about things that never happened. Arguments you replayed in your head. Mistakes you punished yourself for again and again. Now imagine using that same mental energy to build yourself. That is what these 21 days are about. Not escaping reality, but facing it with a stronger mind. Not pretending everything is fine, but training yourself to handle life without breaking. You are not doing this to become perfect. You are doing this to become resilient. Because life will always have pressure. But pressure only breaks what is weak. And your mind is becoming strong. Every day you continue, you are proving something to yourself. I don't quit. I follow through. I am disciplined. And discipline builds self-respect. Self-respect builds confidence. And confidence changes how the world responds to you. People feel it in your energy. They hear it in your voice. They see it in your decisions. Because confidence is not loud. It is calm. It is knowing you can handle whatever comes. And that calm confidence begins here, with a daily decision to train your mind. So when your mind tries to pull you back into old habits, when it whispers doubt, when it tells you to skip today. Remember this. Missing one day seems small, but keeping the promise to yourself is powerful. These 21 days are not about perfection. They are about commitment. And commitment changes identity. You are no longer someone who starts and stops. You are someone who finishes. You are someone who chooses growth over comfort. You are someone who is becoming mentally unstoppable. And as you continue listening, day after day, something deep inside you is shifting. Your thoughts are becoming clearer. Your emotions more stable. Your confidence more natural. And without forcing it, without chasing it, your life begins to reflect the new version of you. Because when the mind changes, everything else follows. Because now you are standing at the point where most people turn back, but you won't. You have stayed. You have listened. You have shown discipline. And that alone separates you from the majority. Let this be the moment you understand something deeply. You were never broken. You were never weak. You were simply untrained. And today, you are training your mind. These 21 days were not just about listening to words. They were about rebuilding trust with yourself. Every day you showed up, you sent a powerful message to your subconscious. I matter. My growth matters. My future matters. And when your mind believes that, it begins to protect you instead of sabotaging you. From this moment forward, you don't need to fight negative thoughts. You notice them and let them pass. You don't need to force confidence. It shows up naturally. You don't need external validation. You feel stable inside. Because you are no longer controlled by impulse. You are guided by awareness. And awareness is freedom. You now understand that emotions are signals, not commands. Thoughts are suggestions, not facts. And you are the observer, not the victim. That understanding changes everything. Life will still test you. Challenges will still come. But now, you meet them with a calm mind and steady heart. You breathe. You think. You respond. And that response is power. Remember this forever. A calm mind is a dangerous weapon in a chaotic world. Protect it. Train it. Respect it. Keep feeding your mind what helps it grow. Keep choosing consistency over comfort. Keep choosing awareness over reaction. Because the strongest people are not those who never fall. They are the ones who rise with clarity. And today, you rise different. Stronger, calmer, more confident. Your thinking has changed. And because your thinking has changed, your life will never be the same again.